I said I texted Sumo yesterday. I goes, don't forget it. He goes, I got you. But quit bugging me about the damn chicken sandwich. I got you. I know where we're going. I said, they have to have a drive-through. Yeah. Place out there by the everything out by the interstate has every franchise you can take of known to man. So maybe I don't know if there's a Bojangles in Columbus. Probably not. Probably not.
Yeah, I just wonder if there was anything that's like just around there.
Yeah, like Indiana specific. Like for instance, my buddy Pat O'Connell used to own a franchise that was Indiana specific. It was called Pizza King. And he had 6 stores, and there's like 53 total stores, but I think they're all in Indiana, called Pizza King. And they had this one pizza called the Royal King, and it's like Warsaw had 2 Pizza Kings. I think Columbus might have a Pizza King. But like, yeah, sometimes regional, like that Maine Coast Pizza, Dan.
Well, they offered me 30 franchises in Florida, so I need to get with Tom Bean on this one.
Hold on. No, like for real.
For real.
Because Tom owns like almost 100+ Domino's.
I know.
And so.
Yeah. Exactly. They offered me all of Florida. They said 30 stores.
Jeez. Are you thinking about doing it?
I almost said a bad word. Yes. F yes.
Wow. Would you quit being a lawyer and quit being a doctor?
Nah. I'll do this all the time.
Just have Tom Bean as your partner.
Yeah, just have Tom Bean. Come on, Tom. What's another 30?
He'll staff it. Right?
Yeah,
I don't know if within his Domino bylaws it allows him to be. It may prohibit a lot of big time franchisees like Domino's, McDonald's, the big ones, the real big ones. A lot of times they have strict rules that you can't be part of another franchisable deal.
We'll have Regina be the partner.
Yeah, whatever. Are you thinking? So is this a Steve and Jay deal too?
I think we'd all have to be involved. It's a massive project. They're saying it's about $700 a store to open it. So I also have my friend Jack, who has opened up multiple pizza restaurants.
Plus Jeff Cheragante.
Yes, Jeff's another guy that I would consider in this. Although Jeff hasn't invited me to any of his restaurants to be a part of it any time ever for 20 years.
Hold on.
Is that your feelings?
Yeah, like I think. Hold on. I think deep down it kind of does.
Yeah.
Because he asked Jay to be part of this new one that he's doing on West Shore.
I didn't get any invitations.
I think he's asked Steve's on every one of them.
Mm-hmm. Steve's partners in some of his earlier stores. He was partners in some of the real estate deals. I got offered nothing. So here's a pack.
He doesn't like you.
Are you thinking that Jeff might not like you?
It's not about that. I don't know.
Well, I mean,
Jeff likes me. He needs me.
Well,
I'm teasing. I love Jeff. I've known Jeff for 40 years. I love Jeff. He's family.
Hold on.
He's
you're
family.
Just, Dan, you're running loose right now.
Yeah, I'm playing.
You're running loose, man.
Yeah.
You're getting ready to get a Steven Diaco text immediately.
I know. I love Jeff.
Because the thing about it is what you just said gets embellished to Jeff.
Right.
And then Jeff goes to Steve, and then it gets tripled embellished.
Right.
And then Steve didn't even hear it, but then he has to get a hold of you and get all up your ass about what.
Drive to your house.
Yeah, well, he's on vacation for the entire month of August.
Oh, right,
and he climbed up Dad's yesterday.
He climbed up who?
Dad's ass yesterday.
Joe?
Yeah.
Daddy Joe?
Well, there was a medication issue. Dad and Steve had a system. Now, you know how old people are.
He gets really locked in on a system.
They get locked in on their systems.
Hold on. I get locked in on my systems. Like, if anything in my world's a little bit disturbed or different, I'm flipped out on the deal.
Yeah, it's only going to get worse.
And you are too, Dan.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, Disco Joe's locked in on a system.
Steve doesn't like it.
Okay, well, Joe does.
And Steve decides to change it. And so Dad comes back from Jersey, and Steve and Dad are trying to do FaceTime, trying to understand how to do the medicine, and the FaceTime's not working.
I wish I could have seen that.
Dad doesn't have a good secure or a good high-speed connection, and so it's all choppy, and they're misunderstanding each other, and it just turned into.
Did Joe throw the computer? God damn it, Steve!
I wish I had video of it.
How heated technology is great.
And then Steve always doubles down with Joe. Like Steve hardly. Now listen, out of all of you. You baby face quickly with your dad, and so does Jay.
Mm-hmm.
But Steve, he kind of doesn't, right?
Right.
I mean, like he kind of gives Joe back at it. Like Steve's more abrasive with your dad than any of you.
Right, but we'll scream at us for being abrasive.
Right. But I mean, For some reason, your dad and him butt heads, and Steve doesn't back down like everybody else does, but Steve doesn't.
Yeah.
So what happened?
Well, they just got into it, and Dad's like, I'm not in Steve's favor today. And then, when you tell the story, he had dinner over at the house with Bella last night. And so, Bella was laughing about how Steve was so stiff with Dad because she knows.
Who had dinner with Bella?
Bella and Dad had dinner with us.
Oh.
And so we had.
And Bella's probably one of his favorites. And so he starts talking to Bella, and he's telling that Uncle Steve was a real a-hole, and he's full hot at Uncle Steve. And so now Bella's in on the deal too, right?
Exactly.
Now does word get back to Steve that Pops is heated across the street?
Probably by now. You know how it works.
Now, so then did Joe, because it's involving medicine and you're a doctor, did Joe then try to get you as an ally? I'm telling you right now, Dan, you tell Steve. As a doctor, damn it, we're gonna do it this way. Like, he did
try to get me on his side. I'm staying out of this one. I think they figured it out. I think they got it figured out. So it's hard though because again.
So what you're saying? Hold on, but what you just said, I can now interpret that Steve's right, but I understand Dad's willingness not to change. I think that's what this is all
he's stubborn,
about.
And people don't like to change, and especially when you have a system. My mom's got a system with her pills. My aunt has a system with her pills. Dad's got his own system. Everyone's got their own little.
I got
reminders.
my system with my pills.
Right.
246.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Classic.
Bubba.
What?
Jay has a different story on a couple things here in chat. He said one that he's Dr. Dan has been offered everything that
Zero.
they've done.
That's totally
He said
untrue.
Tell Jay to call in. Tell Jay to call
I
in.
like to see. Really?
Tell Jay to call in.
He said Jeff will squash you, Dr. Dan.
That's fine.
And then he said that he's the one who had to go
call
over
Jimmy.
and save the day for your dad.
When Jay's coming in like a real heel right now.
Jeez.
I mean,
He said
he's
Steve
coming in
called
like a
me within
real
15
heel.
minutes, and I was at Dad's house in 30 minutes.
Man, he says Dan's in here telling out of line stories, and that Jeff Chirigante has offered you a piece of everything.
He has not. That's
And that-
absolutely a lie.
And that
Zero.
He's the one.
You could have got me the recipe for that broccoli that Taco Dirty has. Damn you, Dan.
Dr. Dan's holding out on it.
I got to go into words, but man, if we could get Jay on
That's real
the
heat, and I like
backside, let me see if we can get Jay on the backside, okay?
The Bubba Radio Network will return after this.
Oh, Dan's disgusted.
Was he trying to wink, nudge you?
I don't know, but no one offered me shit.
No, he's in chat. No, that's what
No
I
one
mean.
offered me shit.
Yes,
Dan,
he
hold on.
did
Dan,
offer
don't
you.
waste all this for.
Okay.
Oh, no, he wasn't directing it to me. Chat
And no
said
texting
Jay
him
is-
either.
I'm not texting anybody.
Jay is.
I'm just gonna sit here and drink my Monster and get my tummy right.
Hey, Sumo, let's get high and go to White Castle.
There you go.
Sounds like a great idea.
Bubba and Sumo go to
Hello,
White Castle.
this is Jay.
It is.
Oh,
Jay,
damn.
the great Jay Diaco. Jay,
So it's not quite-
is Dan telling out of turn stories here?
No, it's not quite as big a whodunit as it would appear. Danny's right about what happened with Dad last night. The only part he didn't hear was what happened when I went. So Dad was getting accosted by Steven because Steve thought he couldn't use the FaceTime. He's like, I'm looking at Dad's nostril. I need you to go over there and make sure that I can do it. And so
By the way,
there.
I love Jay's impersonation of Steve. It's like real swagger, like he talks out the side of your mouth. I love when you impersonate Steve. It's real authoritarian.
That's the way it is.
Do it again.
barks at
Do it
you,
again.
you gotta do it.
What order did you get yesterday? Go ahead. Do his impersonation. Go ahead.
Hey, Jay, I need you to go over to Dad's house right now. Why? What's going on? Because I'm looking at his damn nostril and I'm trying to get his meds and he can't do the damn FaceTime right. And I'm like, Steven, just give the guy a break. And he's like, I'll call you in 10 minutes.
I'll call you in 10 minutes.
I'm
I'm standing by. Yeah, I'm going to have to go over there.
And that means for 10 minutes he yelled at Dad.
Right.
That's what it means. And Danny and I both been on the receiving end of that. Not a lot of fun. So
Did Joe finally tell him to shove it up his ass? I'm done with you, Steve.
I could tell when I got there my dad was on his last wit's end. He was done. And so I go in the bathroom and I try to do what Steve's doing, and I'm having sketchy service. And now Steve's yelling at me like I'm 10. I said, Steven, there's no service here. I don't care. This is where we're doing it. So that's when I did the old. And I grabbed all the medicine.
Tell me you didn't. Tell me, and you know what? Steve would be the only one that would fall for that too. The most non-technical of all.
I'm like, right now.
Jay, I can't hear you. What'd you say, Jay?
Right, hold on. Oh, now I can hear you. So I just went in the kitchen, and then I abided by Steven's rules, which were not Dad's rules. And I got FaceTime working, and we got everything cool, and Dad's medicine was fine. And it was so intense that half an hour later, my dad called me, and he said, Jay, I just want to ask, was I acting childish? Literally, he's 80-something years old. And I said, no, Dad, the only person acting childish was your son.
Okay, great.
So
oh, now, hold on. Welcome. Wait till Steve hears this. Wait till Steve hears that you just flipped
Steve's
out
out of town, thank God. He means well. Danny and I have both been on the receiving end of this. When Steve is in the mode, he just says things, and you just do it. He doesn't mean anything by it. All he wanted to do is make sure Dad's meds were good.
All right, now what about this big Jeff Giargante has never asked has offered Danny a piece of anything, and Danny, quite frankly, just got blurted out. We didn't know. It must really be bugging Danny because he just blurted it out of nowhere. So obviously, it's something that's kind of been in Dan's crawl for a while.
Say, hey.
What?
Jay, you literally just broke up.
Okay. He said, Jay, I have an opportunity. I want to be able to be an investor. And I know that right now I can get something from you and it won't hurt you. It doesn't need to. I could call Jeff right now and say, hey, Jeff, will you give Dan the same deal I got? Yes.
Yeah, but hold on,
So Dan,
Danny's
old.
Danny's old school, where he wants the guy should have asked
He
him.
wants to be
Yeah, especially
pursued.
a year and a half ago when
I'm on Dan's side so far.
I'm on Dan's side too.
Yeah.
Dan doesn't want to get
asked me on the
Dan
first
doesn't
side.
want to get shoehorned in on a J umbrella. He wants to be on his own.
Hey,
merits.
Bubba, you just found out about this party that we're having, this raging party. You want to go? It's tomorrow. I didn't say. I said everyone else a written invitation, Bubba. But we're just going. Do you want to come? Just now that you heard about it, you busted us on it.
No,
Okay.
it's that
This is where I'll get a little heat.
Okay, hold on.
The party has a cover charge.
Yeah, no doubt.
Okay, and I could cover the cover charge.
Yeah, I could have too. At
And
the
you
time.
couldn't.
So I could have. And so again,
Well,
you don't want to be Jay.
Hold on.
Dan, I'm just saying this. Would you
Jay,
like the deal?
I'm right on this
I can
one.
get you the deal
I'm
right
right
now.
on this one.
Dan, you could have your feelings hurt. We call that on the Bubba the Love Sponge show hurt feelioma.
Oh, Jay.
So if you'd like to have hurt feelioma because it's Jeff Gianni, then that's fine.
Jay.
You can be over there on the MJ Island.
Jay,
But-
Jesus.
Jay.
Hurt feelioma because you
Hold on,
get someone to
hold on,
invite you to something?
hold on, is this Jay or Steve I'm talking to? Because this is a real heat. I mean, that man.
I've
Jay.
never known Jimmy to be so sensitive.
So I'm
that
not being
when he didn't
sensitive,
get
Jay.
invited
Jay,
to something, 'cause-
Jay, I
Hold on,
got
let me
one
finish my
offer
sentence.
as an
Danny,
afterthought a year
Danny,
afterwards.
Let me finish my sentence.
20 years you've been doing
Danny.
this.
Hey, Gary. Let me finish my sentence. Danny, will you please let me finish my sentence?
Danny, are you?
Okay.
You might take
Let me
a.
set up the
I
Bubba
could call
God.
Jeff Gianni right now, and I could get him the exact deal because Jeff loves Danny like a brother.
But
And
it's
so he
not
shouldn't
the
go on the
same.
radio and talk
That's called
about
a pity
Jeff Gianni
deal.
and giving him opportunity.
But hold on,
pity
Jay.
deal.
Yeah.
But Jay, I see. By the way, I love your heat and I love your facts and I love the way you're bringing it right now. But listen, but it's not.
love your
I love your facts. I love your heat and I love the way you're bringing it. Okay, buddy. I love everything about what you're saying. But
I'm in war mode. I'm sorry.
But if I can stick up for my boyfriend, and it just as a man is different when you're offered the deal
Yep.
when everybody else is offering it. Compare it into maybe getting a pity offer a year. That's
Exactly.
Just,
That's
just,
what it is, a pity offer.
Now hold on, now Dan, I'm on your team, so shut up.
I'm agreeing.
And so it just feels like it, and it's not. It's kind of hurts your feelings.
It's when
a
you
little
hear
bit.
about the party and confront the person, they go, "Oh, come on, you know you're always invited."
Exactly.
You know, and
Yep.
so Dan knows
Exactly.
that obviously his dynamic isn't the same with Jeff as you and Steve's are, and he just knows that. He just knows that.
That's not true. Danny and my relationship with Jeff is almost identical.
Well, I mean,
I have the same relationship with Jeff that Danny does.
okay.
And
Danny,
and
but
so
did I lay it out
just
right,
have a
Danny?
You
disagreement,
laid it out.
and all I'm saying is that at this point, knowing a guy for 35 years, you shouldn't get herphileoma because you weren't invited to something that, of course, you were invited.
Yeah,
But
what
he
Jay
did.
said.
Of course
But
you're
he
invited.
did. He did.
What Jay's saying is, Dan, if you beg hard enough, they'll let you in on the deal.
Exactly.
Not beg hard enough. I can make one phone call and say, Jeff, Danny's got.
So if you beg a
Danny's
little
gonna
bit.
watch.
Yeah.
But hold on,
Just
it's
beg a
not.
little bit.
Dr. Dan
But
beg.
Jay, it's not the same. You shouldn't have to have made that phone call. Danny should have been given the deal when you and Steve were given the deal. If you're going old school on it, if we
Exactly.
just go, if we're just
That's all
going,
I'm
I think
saying.
we should-
That's what I was
Dan,
saying,
why don't we
Jay.
set a
Is
lunch
it
up
what?
with Jeff? And
Okay.
why don't we set a lunch up with Jeff and you can tell him that?
Okay.
Danny doesn't want to. Danny's over it at this point. He's like,
That's all I'm saying is, even if say that were true, which is not true.
But it
should
is
know
true.
Jeff well enough to know.
Yeah, you guys
That
can
he
go
doesn't
to
have-
Jay's
Hold
new
on.
restaurant.
Hold on. Not only is it true, Jay, it did happen. That's the way it transpires. Like
Exactly.
we can't get into a wordsmith game where we go, we'll say that that's true, but it's not true.
I bet
But
you
it
anything
is fundamentally true because that's how it's history. That's how it happened. We can't change
I'll
that.
have to.
Exactly.
No, I have to go back and look because I'm almost positive there's an initial text from Stephen to both of us. I'm almost positive.
No, that's not
Which
there.
is fine. Yeah. Oh,
Danny,
That's
yeah.
not there.
Danny,
Oh, yeah, Dan.
Danny,
No, there's zero chance.
Danny,
I
Yes.
guarantee you.
Danny, if there was a text, then I'd have to absolutely flip flop applesauce and be on Jay's team.
Well, yeah, but Dr. Dan says zero chance, and
Bubba,
Jay
I am
says he
90
thinks there is one.
No, I'm 95% sure because that's the way this goes down.
Well, Dr. Dan
Can we
says
go back in the
0%.
National
in our
Archives
life
and
that we
find
don't
it?
want. Hey, Dan,
Uh-oh.
Dan's on
who
the
owns
phone.
part of my building?
Dan's on the phone.
He's on
Dr.
the
Dan's
phone.
on the phone.
Oh, hold on.
Because I asked you to join me.
It's our foods here.
Oh,
The guy was calling.
I thought it was
Okay.
Jeff
I
thought it was
Cherry.
a medical
I thought it was
emergency.
Jeff Cherry. I thought it was
He's
Jeff
delivering our
Cherry
food.
saying, "I'm going to whip your ass
sorry.
down today, bitch."
See, I'm coming 20 minutes early so Dan can finish and Dan and I can finish this.
Okay, we'll see.
Oh, he's
and
standing at
we'll,
the gate.
We'll see you in a little bit. We're going to have Roger Stone on too. So,
Awesome. All right.
We'll
Enjoy
see.
the Chick-fil-A. Dan, I love you, buddy.
You too, bro.
ooh, those were that was quick little
Yeah.
fleeting whippy-os.
Yeah, I like how Jay's
Danny,
like, hey,
Danny, I think I was perfectly
You exactly right, Bubba. Your perspective is exactly how I see it and how I felt about
yeah,
it.
you're right. Yeah, I'm with Dan on this
Yeah,
one.
Dr.
Well,
Dan.
be
he
invited
said
to the party, even
0%
if you don't want to
chance.
go.
Oh, listen, we
He
need to
never
probably
got
not
the
talk about
invite.
this. It's only
He's
going to make
got
it worse.
45 restaurants. There's just one alleged text about one deal, one time over the last 25 years. How many restaurants do you have? 15? 20?
We got to find that text
30?
if it
But
exists.
you might not be a partner. You being a partner might not be the best
Okay,
thing
well,
for him.
maybe I'll offer Jeff a piece of it 2 years into it. Oh.
The Bubba Radio Network will return after this.